Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the vlog. This is going to be a vlog for the days between August 1st and August 7th. Right, that's Saturday. Yeah, that's the time. I always forget like how long weeks are, I swear. But this is going to be again my reading vlog. If you hear any background noise, it is fans. I have 3 fans, well 4 if you count my ceiling fan. If there are long clips or weird angles or weird lighting, I'm sorry. I'm going to say that right off the bat, and I'm sorry that this is a really long vlog. So today it's Sunday, and it's currently 3 o'clock, and I've done a few things. I've edited last week's vlog, and that's currently exporting. I think that'll have another like 2 hours of exporting, because it takes a fucking long time to export. But I'm currently adding a bunch of things to my spreadsheet, like I have to add Trick's 6th Venom by Penelope Douglas. I finished that last night, giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's a new adult queer bully romance between 2 girls, and I really loved it. 4 stars. I think it's my least favorite Penelope Douglas book, as I've read 3, but not entirely sure. Today's goal is to now write and add a bunch of stuff to my thumbnail. I just finished my thumbnail, that's why I said that. My spreadsheet as this, and then also some library books that I got. I need to add to that, as well as a few other little things. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to write, and I'm doing 40,000 words in 14 days, which is about 3,000 words per day. The most I have written for my story is 1,700 in a day, I think, for my contemporary story. This is not including my fantasy story, because I want to get my contemporary story done by the end of the month, but I'm only 25,000 words in, and my goal is 70,000 words, so we're definitely behind. So we're going to try to do that. So that's kind of this afternoon, and then this evening I'll go kind of what I'm doing then. A lot of the times these clips are long, like this one, and I just update throughout the day. I don't do any time lapses or anything because between my camera and my editor, it ends up being very choppy and not smooth. I need to figure that out. And then I know later this week I will be like moving a bunch of things around in my room. I did half of it, but my back is killing me, so I'm gonna like wait a few days. So since the last time I've updated, I don't remember what time that even was, but I did my spreadsheet thing. I wrote 2,255 words, which isn't as much as the goal that I wanted. Like, let me just pull up the stats. So, like, I have a thing called, let me find it, 40,000 words in 14 days, so that's the total of words wrote. That's how many I needed today to stay on track, and then like that's when you'll finish type thing, which, I mean, so far, so good. This is the most I've ever written for this book in a day, and this is on the lower end that I'm hoping for these next like while, but I did that, I showered, I made supper, and then now I'm going to brush my hair because there's a few tangles in it while watching season 2 of Outer Banks, like episode 1. I watched Outer Banks, I think it was like a few weeks after it came out last year. Really liked it, and now I'm going to start season 2 because, well, I haven't had time to watch it yet. But now I finally have time, and then after brushing my hair, I'm going to paint my nails because I want to paint them, and because I can't really have painted nails at work because the nail polish chips off way too easy while doing dishes. So I want to paint my nails. And then that's kind of the plan for the night. I'll let you know after I've painted my nails and watched that show what I'm going to read. It is 7 o'clock. I'm probably going to get to bed a little bit later than normal, like start my night routine a little bit later than normal, but that's fine. So, I watched episode 1 and it's kind of good. I didn't get to paint my nails because I spent way too long detangling my hair because there was a giant knot and I don't even think I got all of the tangles out. But I am going to start Aurora Burning by Amie Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. More like I'm going to drop it. I just dropped it. But I'm going to start this. I don't know how far I'm going to make it or anything into this. But I'm very excited to read this because I really liked the first book, which is Aurora Rising. I read that in April and gave it a 4-star. So I feel like I'm going to like this one, obviously, because it's continuing the series, and then I'll be caught up perfectly for when Aurora's End comes out, which comes out in November. But I am super excited to read this, so I'm going to start this. It is 7:50. I'm probably going to read till about 8:30. So I made it 63 pages into this, or going into chapter 4, I think? 5? Let me check. Chapter 5. And I forgot how much I loved this group of characters, that I love the banter. Like, oh my gosh, I forgot how much I love the banter. And one thing I do love is how at the very beginning, there's something like, it's pretty much a like stuff you should know type thing. So like, it is this, and then this is like stuff you should know about one of the characters, but it's like funny little things as well, that are like, oh, just so that you remember, like, all that. I'm trying to like hold this, and I'm like struggling right now, but I'm really liking it so far. Again, I'm only going into chapter 5, and I just totally forgot how much I love this, that I'm honestly sitting here like really liking it. Like, I don't know, I expected to like it, but I'm like, forgot how much I love the banter. So yeah, banter and characters really good, love them. But it's 8:40. I'm going to hopefully finish Lost Towers tonight. I'd love to finish it tonight so I can include it in my video tomorrow that I'm filming, which that is my wrap up. But I'm gonna call it a night for vlogging, because pretty much once I get into bed, I always forget to pick up the camera. So it is 4:30, and I'm just now picking up the camera. It's my mom's birthday, so I've been kind of just spending time with her. We went out for like a early supper, and we just got back. So now I did a little bit of, I posted on Instagram. I made the graphics for my wrap up. Probably gonna film my wrap up later. But between now and 6, I'm going to be writing, and then at 6:30 there's a TV show that I'm excited to watch, Roswell, New Mexico, and that's on TV, and that is at 6, so I'm gonna watch that. I finished Lost Towers last night, and I gave it 5 stars. I really liked it, although it does feel like a filler book, so there is that. It feels just kind of like a filler, but there was a theory that I had that I was like, if this theory doesn't end up true, I will be highly upset, and it turned out to be true, and it's one that I'm so excited for. And then the ending made me cry. I literally was reading the last chapter just sobbing, because let's just say 2 characters finally get together and then they're separated again. And I like emotionally am still trying to like figure out how I feel on that ending, and I have to wait till November for the next book, Secret Court, to come out. Yeah. And then I also started Hate by Tate James last night, and I hate how much I love it. I repeat, whenever I love a book so much and it's like wrong to love it, I just go, I hate it, flips to next page. Did that so many times, because essentially the premise is we have a girl who essentially gets framed for crimes and then gets like exiled by her father, has to go to Cambodia, and then comes back a year later, and these 3 guys that were the ones that put her up to this are living in her house because one of the guys' moms and her dad are together, and it's like enemies to lovers, reverse harem, and I'm just like, it's exactly what I need right now. I'm just like, so yeah, that's kind of like what I'm reading, like what I started last night, what I finished last night, and all of that. But I'm gonna start writing because it's 4:30 and I need to write like 3,000 words, so that's probably not gonna happen, but we'll try. So it's almost 9 o'clock and I've kind of like finished writing for the day. I wrote over 3,000 words, which I don't think I've ever written 3,000 words in one day. And I'm technically still probably going to write some of my fantasy book later, which I'm like, how many words do I get rid of that? But what did I do? I filed down my nails while watching Roswell, New Mexico, season 3, episode 2. Is that what episode we're on? I don't know. And then I took some Instagram photos while watching that, and then I wrote, and I'm so happy. But now I'm going to change into pajamas because I'm currently wearing like a dress. And then I'm going to continue on with Aurora burning, and that's kind of the rough plan. I'll probably only read about maybe 2 chapters of it, just because of time-wise, especially because I would love to start A Veil of Truth and Trickery by Annalie Ford, because I need to get a review up by the 7th, because it technically came out on the 31st, but we had a week to get the reviews up because we were only given the arcs on like the 28th. And I'm like, oh, I have another arc I have to read before that, so I couldn't, and all that. But yeah, I didn't get a video filmed, but I can do that tomorrow. I'm gonna regret saying that, but we'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to try to actually wake up before noon tomorrow. Like, last 2 days I've woken up after noon. Oh my gosh, we also, I don't remember if we mentioned we got Chinese food, so like after I finish, excuse me, but I might also heat up some Chinese food after reading this, but I'll let you know that as I share my thoughts. So it's 9:30 and I made it to page 102 of this book, or going into chapter 7, or part 2. And let's just say there's something that happened that it's like, it makes no sense. I guess minor spoiler, so essentially our characters have to go to this vault, essentially, and retrieve these supplies. But the supplies were placed there 8 years ago, and has all of their names written in bags, and none of them knew each other 8 years ago, and the person who put them there didn't even know them 8 years ago. So, like, there's that. And then we're also running from the law, and all of that. It's a whole thing. I'm absolutely loving this. Like, I'm talking, I think I like it more than the first one. And I'm like, I'm literally sitting here like, do I pre-order Aurora's End and get a physical copy of it? But then I'm like, if I do that, I will have to buy the first 2. So that's something that if I give this a 4-star or higher, I might buy Aurora's End if I have the money. Like, pre-order it. I don't know. I'm just like, should I pre-order this? There's a billion other books I want to pre-order. Oh my gosh. But I'm going to heat up some of the Chinese food from earlier and watch TikToks, and then start A Veil of Truth and Trickery, and then write my fantasy book, and then continue Hate, and just, yeah. Tomorrow's Tuesday, Jesus Christ. Me realizing what day of the week it is tomorrow. Oops. Yeah. So I just filmed my wrap-up. It's 1:30. So now I'm going to export this footage, grab all the photos that I need for this, and then start editing. And that's kind of just the plan for this afternoon, is edit this video. It should be quick because I only have 18 minutes of footage, and a lot of that is me literally just trying to cool off because it's so hot in here. Okay, so it's 10:40 on Wednesday, and I didn't film anything after yesterday's clip because I just spent the day writing, which I ended up writing 3,090 words, which is so trippy because Monday I read 3,090 words, so 2 days in a row at the same word count, which that never happened. And then we ended up having to babysit my 2-year-old cousin around between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. while his mom went out of town, so my cousin went out of town. And he didn't sleep, so I didn't get any more time to write. And then at noon, between noon and 7, we're watching my 6-year-old cousin, who's in town for a few days. And just watching her for the day, just because we haven't seen her since April, I want to say. So until she gets here, which is in about an hour and 20 minutes. I need to create the thumbnail for my video and upload my video. And then I'm going to write, and I think that's pretty much like all I have to do. I should take some Instagram photos, but that won't take that long to do once she leaves. I'm trying to think of any updates. I don't think I've talked about A Veil of Truth and Trickery, which I'm now 37% into. I read, and like, I'm liking it. It's okay. I'm not like, oh my god, it's amazing. Like, it's like, oh, we're alright. That's like pretty much all I can say. And then I finished Hate, giving it a 4 stars. The cliffhanger, it's like really good. The cliffhanger though, oh my gosh, like, when I say I was like this close to saying screw sleep and just reading the next book. I already have the rest of the series downloaded on Kindle Unlimited and plan on reading those all of this month. Like, I probably can get the whole series done in like maybe another week. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna start doing all my stuff, and I probably won't update until after my little cousin, like my cousin leaves. Just because she's quite a bit of a handful. Okay, so it's 7 o'clock and my little cousin just left. This morning, I was able to write 2,087 words. I do plan on writing a little bit more, but I just want to relax and calm down for a little bit. My video, I uploaded it. I think I just need to add a few little, of like the elements of like, add like the iCards type thing. And then, because that you can do after it's uploaded, so I'm going to do that. Something just fell. I'm going to write a little bit more. I want to try to get to 3,000 words of my story. That shouldn't take me that long. I did read a little bit more of A Veil of Truth and Trickery while she was here, because for some times I was able to, and I literally, I'm not kidding, how to tell how much smut doesn't affect me. Or the two different kinds. Smut can either make me giggle like a 5-year-old, or I can literally sit with a 6-year-old on my lap while she's talking to my mom with my phone in my other hand reading straight up smut. That's literally how I spent my afternoon. I was just reading a nice, well, it's not smut really, it's more like spice, I guess, in A Veil of Truth and Trickery. Like it's definitely like, it's detailed, but it's not like detailed. It's detailed enough to know what's going on and be able to picture it, but that's pretty much it. And yeah, I'm just so tired. I don't really know what else to say. So yeah. So in total today, I ended up writing 3,204 words. So the most I've written so far, and we are what? 29.1% the way there, according to Nano. I'm going to continue reading Aurora Burning because I didn't read any last night, and I'm going to read probably only again a couple chapters. These last 2 days have been just a little wild, and then I'm going to go to bed. I'll probably let you know how I'm feeling about the book, but I honestly probably won't have any updates. So if I don't update, that just means I'm enjoying it, and I'll see you in the morning if I don't talk to you tonight. So it's already after 3. Surprise, surprise. I didn't remember to pick up the camera until now. But I'm currently writing. Like, I'm going to be writing as well as cleaning my room. I'm probably going to like clean my room for a few minutes, sit down, write as like my break. Clean my room because I'm wanting to move this desk over to where the bookshelf is. So like the desk is going to go there. Do not mind the mess down there. That's what I need to clean up. But over like this evening, I want to kind of get this moved. Which I need to completely empty that bookshelf onto my bed pretty much. Move the bookshelf out of the room. Move this over. Move the bookshelf back in. Reorganize said bookshelf. So this is going to be fun. Jokingly, it's not actually going to be fun. As well as vacuum, clean up little pieces of like garbage. There's a few cans and bottles. There's clothes that are clean that need to be put away, and then there's some dirty that needs to go in the laundry basket, which is currently in the laundry room because I just did my laundry. There's so many things. My goal still is to get to about 3,000 words of writing while doing all of this, and I'm not going to film. I was originally going to film a different video for Saturday, but I'm just going to edit my DNF videos tomorrow, and then on like Saturday or Sunday I'll just film a bunch of videos because I want to have videos for when I go back to work, because yes, I'll only be working about 3 to 5 hours a day because we're only open 5 hours a day to start off with when we do reopen, but I don't know how many of those hours I'm working. I know I'm at least working 3 of those hours, but I'm not sure about the other 2. I will find that out a little bit closer to the time. But then, you get what I'm saying? And then I'm also like, I'm thinking of making my own Bookopoly board. Because as much as I love my Jenga pieces wherever the hell I put them, I honestly don't even know. I think they're in one of these desk drawers. I just like don't like it anymore, and I love seeing like Bookopoly or like just any sort of board game book thing. So I'm thinking of maybe trying to mix a few different board games together to make my own thing. You get what I'm saying? I don't know, but I'm going to do all that, and I'll update you as I go. Kind of, maybe I'll probably forget. Oops. So everything is moved. I'm going to briefly show you what the progress is. So this is where the bookshelf used to be. That is the disaster I have to clean up. Those shelves, those are double layered, and then there's those, and then there's my Harry Potter stuff, which I need to figure out where I'm putting, and then bed, vacuum just fell. That is just a plain ass mess I need to fix up. That I need to go through, and then there is my bookshelf. I kind of had an incident happen where that right there, wherever, is a outlet that when I was pushing the one board in, it just kind of popped out, and I was like, I guess we're doing that. I really like the way this turned out. I still have to organize so much stuff. Like, I'm saving that for tomorrow because it's already 8:16 and I am like tired. I did all of this in like 4.5 hours, so that's really good. I didn't get to write any more in my book. I will see exactly how much I wrote, and that will be on my Twitter. I think I wrote like 1,300 words, which could be a lot better, could be a lot worse. But that's okay, you have some off days. And I mean, tomorrow is going to be another off day because I get to organize all my books. I'm not excited for that because I don't know how I'm organizing them. Oops. But I'm going to call it a night for vlogging as well. I know I only updated twice today, but I'm just so tired. Okay, so it's 2:30 on the, what day is it, the 6th? Friday? And so far I've watched like a panel. There's a convention called Book Talk that is like Book Talk, like BOOKTALK, and it's a bunch of like book talk, like book TikTok people doing panels with authors and all of that, talking about different things. It will be over by the time I posted this, obviously, but then I also decided, somebody on my Twitter who I've seen, like who I follow on Twitter, was like, hey, anyone want to co-host sprints starting like Wednesday? It would be like weekly Wednesday sprints. And I was like, you know what? Shoot my shot. I might be doing sprints on Wednesday, like hosting sprints, and that is something that I've always wanted to do, but have never had the opportunity to do because I have such a small channel that doing sprints, I'd get nobody. And this is so cool because it's the first like bookish interaction I'll have with somebody, like besides over messages, which I'm so excited for. They'll be noon on Wednesday, which one thing that does kind of scare me a little bit is if it's weekly, and if I want to join in weekly, I won't be able to join in weekly because I start work on the 16th and I work Monday through Friday pretty much like 11 till 2, pretty much, like give or take ish. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, but I'm just so happy. Like, it's Ashley from Ashley's Media Addiction. Her channel is, let me like pop up her channel here. Yeah, and her channel is Ashley's Media Addiction. So happy. So happy for this opportunity. Like, it's something I've always wanted to do. It's on my like bucket list. I have some like book, like YouTube goals and like all of that, and like one of them is sprints, whether it be on somebody else's channel or mine, and now that's happening and I'm just like, that's how I'm feeling. So I'm kind of throughout the day, I'm slowly writing my book. I've been watching some panels. There's 2 more panels today at 4 and 5 that I want to watch for this like book talk thing, because it's a bunch of panels via YouTube. But I've been writing my story a little bit, and then I need to edit my video, and then I also need to deal with the mess that is my bookshelf, because I literally have I moved 1 stack of books to the floor there, and that's as far as I've gotten to moving the books off this bookshelf here, so that they can go on that one there. So this is my current this is my current floor. All 100 and some books I own. Need to get on here and here. So that's where I'm at. So it's now 8:05 and I've wrote 3,295 words and have kind of gotten my bookshelf organized. I'm going to briefly show you it. So here's that 5 shelf. We have, top is Cassandra Clare. Technically there's nothing behind there. Well, there's 1 book behind there that I just didn't want there. So there is room for like when Chain of Thorns and the Black Volume of the Dead comes out. And then we have this shelf, which is also a Clare shelf, like a Cassandra Clare shelf, where I have my City of Bones, outward facing, because it's one of the books that got me into reading, and then the rest of the Mortal Instruments series, and then the Infernal Devices. Then we have fantasy books, just a bunch of different fantasy. Technically there's horror right here, but I didn't know where else to put them, so they're there. Then we have more fantasy, which is kind of dark to see without the good lighting. I have my, let me just get to a better position. I have A Court of Mist and Fury facing outwards, because it is like I think my all-time favorite like fantasy book. My little pre-order pin. More fantasy, I have my soap that I literally refuse to use from Divine Blood. And then my little mug, which I'm getting another one sometime soon here for a different fandom. And then we have some more. We have one of my favorite book series of all time. And then we have all of Bardugo. And I tried to keep authors together. That's why, for example, Enchantment of Ravens and Sorcery of Thorns is together. That's why Realmbreaker and Red Queen are together. Any other book, any authors that are the same author are together on the shelves. And then, which this is going to be hard to see. So all the way up there is all my Harry Potter stuff. Then we have dystopian / sci-fi, so that, and then this one had to be up here because it didn't fit on this shelf. Then we have small paperbacks, Little Skull, and then these are the library books that I have out. They didn't fit anywhere. And then we have more contemporary books. Red, White, and Royal Blue is facing outwards because it is my all-time favorite book. So like, that's a very brief tour. I do plan on doing a entire bookshelf tour showing every single book I own, but you kind of got a rough idea. This will change as I go ahead and get more books, obviously. Like, I know for a fact when I have the entire Red Queen series or the entire Shadow Me series, those series are going to take up more shelves as Cassandra Clare releases more books, as I finish off the Throne of Glass series. Like, there is going to be a point in the future where Sarah J. Maas takes up an entire shelf. That's when I'm going to have to go through my books again. I did decide to get rid of Imposters by Scott Westerfield. I just am not interested in it anymore, and it only cost me $2, so I'm not that bummed. I do really like the way that everything is. I'm now going to continue Aurora Burning and continue sweating my ass off because I've been sweating so much from doing this. But I will see you tomorrow. So it's 2 o'clock, me not updating till the afternoon. Shocker, right? Absolutely not. But today is just going to be spent writing, watching some of these panels. I'm currently watching like the second panel of the day, which it's Trisha Levenseller doing a panel live, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So yeah, I'm going to be writing. I've already written like 1,000 words today. I plan on taking some Instagram photos today, as well as maybe starting to edit this video, but not really sure. Today and tomorrow are just kind of chill days. I know tomorrow I do want to film a few videos, so like there's that, but other than that I'm not too sure. This whole week has just been like a kind of funky off week type thing. I did last night I finished Liar by Tate James, which is the second book in the Madison Kate series, giving that 4 stars. Really like it. I think I like it better than the first. And I plan on obviously continuing the series. I want to hopefully try to get book 3 and 4 done by like this time next week, and I seem to be reading about one of the books every like 2 or 3 days. So yeah, and then I started Persuasion of Deceit by Tony Well, made it to 20%. I'm really loving it. It's technically a reread because I beta read the book back in May, so it's technically a reread, but yeah, I'm really liking it, and that's released on the 13th. So it is 7:56. I haven't updated because I just haven't felt like it. I wrote 3,908 words, which I hear that number and I'm just like, you mean 908, not 3,908? Because that's the most I've ever written in a day, ever. And I also probably will be writing another like couple hundred words of my fantasy story later, so I'm just like, huh? So that is a huge improvement. I'm officially halfway through this 40,000 words, and I'm technically 120 words over what I need to be as of today, which I'm like so happy for. Like, I actually might get this done. I plan on right now reading Aurora Burning by Amie, Kaufman, and J. Kristoff. I haven't really talked about this because I haven't really had that many thoughts on it. Like, I'm enjoying it so much. I guess I'll probably, like, I'm going to be finishing this in my next vlog, so I'll talk a lot more about it then, like, after I finish it. But so far, I love the characters' interactions, like, the way that we have, like, all of Squad 312 and, like, all of their banter, like, with each other, and then each individual, like, character, how they interact with other characters, and just all of that. I love all of the characters, and I'm just loving it so far. I do think I like this one more than book 1, and I honestly thought I wouldn't for some reason. I'm like so happy to be reading it, so I'm probably gonna read another little bit. I'm currently on page 273, 79. I was close. Really enjoying it. I think we're going into part 3, I think, technically, or we're in part 3 of the book, and there's, I think, 4 parts. I don't know, but I'm going to read more of this. I'd love to, like, 350 pages. I am going to end the vlog here though, because I just don't feel like, I probably won't pick up the camera again. This vlog was very weird. Like, I only picked up the camera a couple times each day. But yeah, this video probably didn't enjoy, but I do hope you enjoyed it. And I'm kind of excited to see where next week goes, because especially with that live reading sprints that I'm doing, that I'm very excited for those. We might be going out to the lake for like a day, like just to kind of chill out on the beach there, and there's mini golf out there. We might be doing that. There's probably more things I might do next week. I'm not sure, because next week is my last week before going back to work, and then I go back to school in 3 weeks. Well, it's online, but still, so like all of that. But I really hope you enjoy this video, and bye!